What's going on, beautiful people? Machiavelli Mills TV. So look, y'all, we're now at the end of the month of March. And last month, something was going on, like a movement was going on that was really disturbing to me. It was really pissing me off. And I didn't make the video because I didn't have quite the time to really get to it. But now, I'm allotted all of that time, right? Last month, celebrities were saying something so ridiculous to me. They were saying we don't need a Black History Month, right? And you have celebrities like T-Pain advocating for us to end Black History Month. We don't need to celebrate that. You know what I mean? It's something that we don't need. We don't need Black History Month no more. And I'm looking like, man, Black celebrities have lost their goddamn mind. I don't know what's gotten in. I know what gotten into them for real. But for them to say this type of stuff, looking for a viral moment like T-Pain, brother, get your ass out of here, right? I heard them saying things like Black history is American history. And I saw other Black people saying that while quoting Morgan Freeman, right? The same man that said the way to end racism was to stop talking about it, right? The stupidest shit I ever heard in my life. How do you solve a problem by not talking about it? That has never happened in society at no point. But he wants you to stop talking about racism. Why? Because the Hollywood elites that he likes to rub shoulders with don't like discussions about racism. So now he has become subservient and he agrees with them. And he believes that Black people need to stop talking about it for things to change. When, like, again, how do you solve problems by not talking about it? Morgan Freeman is an old Black man spewing that stupid shit. And Black people try to, I guess, latch onto it and think he's right because he's just older. And I'm trying to tell y'all, it's a lot of older Black people that they acquiesce to, you know, the sentiments of white conservatives, right? You start to see them look like white supremacist apologists at times by preaching respectability politics and all type of other shit that has never boded well for the Black community at all, right? But they start talking, they quoting Morgan Freeman, they using him, and I remember this too. Morgan Freeman is a grown old coon. There's nothing that I despise more than an old coon, for real. Morgan Freeman was talking to I believe it was Don Lemon. He was on the CNN or something like that, and they were asking him what role does race play in economic equality or inequality. This man said, today, race plays none. He told him race plays nothing. Plays no role in racial equality. In economic equality today. He said, look at me. He told Don Lemon, look at me. Look at you. Look, we made it. If you want something, put your mind to it and work hard at it. Brother, if it was that easy, everybody would be rich. Every Black person would, more than half of Black people, 3/4 of Black folks will be rich, would be wealthy, would be living great, would have no problems economically at all if it was just that easy. So for him to say that race plays no role in in economic inequality, he out of his damn mind. Because we all know that that banks and lenders, they don't be giving Black people loans based on race, but they give it to non-Black immigrants all the time. So that's why when non-Black immigrants come over here talking that, oh, my people did this and my people did that, why can't your people do it? Because your people got a lot of loans that Black American people they're not able to get. They're not able to secure. Unfortunately, we're not giving those same things. So don't come talking that shit to me, right? But again, Black folks quoting Morgan Freeman about Black History Month? Don't quote that man. That man ain't nothing but a white supremacist apologist who was out of touch with the reality of true Black folks, regular Black people, because he has been in Hollywood for so long, snuggled up with them white elitists, that he's now become one of them. So don't come quoting him to me, right? But I did see during the time of this discussion when people were talking about Black people were saying Black history should be taught every day. It should be taught every day. Well, brothers, it should be. It should be. However, we know it has never been intertwined with the American school system. It has never been highlighted in the American school system at all. Through the textbooks, we never really see the achievements or the accolades of our people within these books. In school, every single year, we learned about the same Black folks. Rosa Parks, Martin Luther King, Harriet Tubman. That's it. And then at the end of the little text about the civil rights movement, we saw a small blurb like there were other Black American people who helped in the civil rights movement, such as Malcolm X, Medgar Evers, so on and so forth. But we never actually learned about the accomplishments. We never learned about the accolades of those people. I had to learn about Malcolm X on my own. I'm named after Malcolm X. I had to learn about him on my own for real. From my family. That wasn't taught in the books at all. So that's a problem. So y'all saying Black American history should be taught every day. It should be. But we know, Black American history has never been intertwined with the total picture of American history. Nor will it ever be, especially with them trying to eliminate critical race theory from school. They don't even want you talking about race. They don't even want you highlighting race at all. So how can our children be aware of the accomplishments of our people if they're trying to eliminate it from the school system? How? That shit sounds like a good idea. It should be taught every day. It should be taught every day. Yeah, it should be. But it's not. And it's never been. So what are y'all getting at? We know it should be. But for all these years, it's never been taught in school. So why are you trying to take away a month that highlights the achievements of our people, right? Why do we want to eliminate a month that reminds our children just how prolific and forward-thinking our ancestors were and how they heavily contributed to American society? Why are we trying to take that month away? I don't understand that, right? People, I saw T-Pain say, we don't want to be separated. We don't need a month. Brother, it's so crazy. Black folks are the only people advocating for things to be taken away from us. I never see Native Americans trying to eliminate Indigenous Peoples Day. I never see that. Stop trying to erase us. Stop that shit. It boggles my mind. No other group of people has issues or discussions about eliminating the days of the year where their people are separated. But Black folks. And what's crazy is conservative white Americans started saying we don't need, there was a lot of conservative white Americans started saying that we don't need Black History Month because it's American history, right? We don't need Black History Month. It's American history, which gaslighted Black folks into thinking they were going to celebrate us properly in the first place, which we all know is a damn lie, right? They gaslighted Black people into thinking, oh, they're going to celebrate us. They said it's American history, which it is. Yeah, we know it's American history, but it still ain't been taught. So what is eliminating the day going to do for us? Why don't we continue to celebrate? Not the day, the month. Why don't we continue to celebrate a month where there is basically a full-hearted effort towards educating our youth about our people, right? Yeah, Black history wasn't taught in our textbooks like it should have been properly, but we knew at our schools that had Black teachers, they were going to educate us about our people during that Black History Month. We were going to celebrate our folks the way it should be. Yes, Black history should be taught at home, but a lot of times it's not. Parents are often too busy working, trying to pay bills, trying to make ends meet. They don't have a lot of time sometimes to even come home and educate their children about our people like it should be. So it's like people rely on the teachers, the school system to do so. And a lot of times the school system fails in doing that. But there are a lot of schools like the schools that I went to. Yeah, even though Black people weren't celebrated in the textbooks, our teachers made sure it's inserted in our curriculum during Black History Month to learn about the achievements of our people, the advancements that our people made during a time of disparity when we were looked at as less than. So why are we trying to eliminate that day? I don't get that. Man. There was a effort made to make sure we knew that a Black person did this, a Black man did that, a Black woman did this, to let us know where we come from, that we come from greatness, that we come from great people that had great innovative minds, that had great passions and great they had great achievements in all walks of human endeavor, all walks of human endeavor. We saw that during Black History Month. So people trying to eliminate that is so crazy to me. Then another lie I saw. Man, they gave us the shortest month of the year. Who the hell is they? Who is they? So that just come from Black people not being educated about where Black History Month came from, right? Because a Black historian, journalist, author, and founder of the Association for the Study of African American Life and History, Carter G. Woodson, a Black man, was the catalyst for Black History Month, right? After he sent out a press release announcing the first Negro History Week in February of 1926, right? And it was known that he chose the month of February due to it being the birth month of Frederick Douglass, a prolific, profound Black man who uplifted Black people during a time where a lot of us we were looked at as nothing, as minuscule, as absolutely next to nothing, not even human. And he said he chose that month because of Frederick Douglass' birthday being in that month to celebrate our people. So ain't no they chose the shortest month of the year to celebrate us. No, Carter G. Woodson chose that month to highlight Black American achievements to show how far our people had come. And he chose February because of Frederick Douglass's birthday to honor that black man. So what are y'all talking about? They gave us the shortest month of the year. Cut it out, fam. Y'all trying to, we don't need a day. We don't need a day. Bro, y'all sound absolutely crazy. I don't see no other group of people advocating for stuff to be eliminated. For things that highlight them to be eliminated but us. We've been the only people tricked into believing that things that celebrate us are wrong. We've been tricked into believing that we don't need things that celebrate us. We don't need that. Cut that shit out, man. And again, a lot of the old guard, like coon-ass Morgan Freeman, have been pushing that for the longest, thinking that, preaching respectability politics and talking the same white supremacist apologist type talk because they think it's just the way to go and that's the way to be respected in America. No. Y'all been doing it for the longest and it still ain't gotten black folks the respect that we should be given. It still haven't given us equal respect across the board. So what's to come with that, man? I don't cut it out, man. Cut it out. Black celebrities like T-Pain saying that dumb stuff, thinking it's gonna create a viral moment for them. He just came out looking stupid, saying things like that. And the black folks that co-signed it, a lot of y'all are uneducated, and I'm not saying I went to school and all of that. What I'm saying is you're not knowledgeable about the history of Black History Month. And you don't understand what it means when you say certain things. Because if y'all say eliminate Black History Month, yeah, they'll eliminate it. But they damn sure ain't gonna teach it in the school like the way they're supposed to. They just gonna say, here's a list of civil rights leaders, and that's it. Our babies won't know what these civil rights leaders did, what contributions they made to American society, and it will just be lost as the people, right? And that is something that does not sit right with me, right? I never learned about my namesake, Malcolm X, in public school. I never learned about him. And we know why we didn't learn about him. He was too radical and all of that. And not even just that. They only highlighted certain American people. The same three people we learned about in school all year. I said it before. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., Rosa Parks, and Harriet Tubman. And they preached Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. like he was just so subservient and he was cool with black folks getting beat on and just practiced non-violence. And thought that was, and they preached that because they feel like if they talk those type of rhetorics, he'll appear as a non-threatening black man. And Dr. Martin Luther King was way beyond just, don't hit people that beat on us and all of that. Black people just kumbaya. He was well beyond that, and you see it from some of the talks that he had after the March on Washington and so on and so forth. But black folks won't know that because they only teach a small window of things for Black American kids to understand about our people and our ancestors that came before us. So y'all got to cut out this whole thing about, we don't need Black History Month. This shit is it doesn't make sense at all. It doesn't make sense. And I think that, when people say this, they're leading our people down a rabbit hole that we probably will not be able to get out of because they'll eliminate it. They'll take it out. They're already trying to take it out of school system anyway. They don't want to talk about it. And they don't want to discuss race at all out of making other groups of kids feel uncomfortable, right? When black folks have been feeling uncomfortable for a very long time. It's quite odd, man. But y'all cut it out saying we don't need Black History Month. You sound ridiculous. Machiavelli Mills TV, I'm out. Peace.